Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Women in Data Science session. Today, we have a special guest. She got her bachelor's degree in CS from VIT and then her master's degree in data science from Columbia University. And she is currently a data scientist at IBM. Recently, she was named as one of LinkedIn's top voices in data science and artificial intelligence. So, I'm thrilled to welcome Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, Denise. It's
So,
a pleasure.
congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations for. So, how do you feel about it? For being one of
I,
LinkedIn's
to
top
be honest,
voices.
I would have not even thought about it anytime in my dream. I was extremely elated when I saw the list of people with whom I was there, and it was Andrew Ng, and I was like, seriously, did you guys put me in the same list as Andrew Ng? I was like super happy about it. To be honest, I have only been sharing my thoughts and things that interest me in and around data science on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is like one of my major interests and one of my major focuses in social media because it lets me learn a lot from peers, from researchers, from open source contributors all around the world. And it has been one of the major reasons that I have had great network, I have had great connections. I am able to connect with the researchers directly if I have any question in any of their publications. I get to contact authors, I get to contact professors. So it has made my reach really easy, and I'm able to learn more than I ever could, like through online resources or books. LinkedIn is one of the major sources through which I'm able to feel more connected and more involved and inclusive in the entire data science community.
Okay, we're really happy for you, by the way.
Thank you.
So, before moving on with my questions, I would like to encourage the participants to ask their questions through the chat box because we will be having a Q&A session at the last 10 to 15 minutes. So, Aishwarya, can you talk about the path that got you here?
So to be honest, data science is something which I knew I wanted to get into the space since I was in my high school. My mother, she herself had been a huge researcher in data science. She used to work in a business school, and she was a researcher there. She used IBM's SPSS a lot, and that's how I got to know about data analysis. Like back then, she used to just show me different tabs on the software, and she used to tell me that, hey, look, this is ANOVA, this means this. And I used to be very confused on what she means. This is back when I was in 6th or 7th grade. And slowly I started getting my interests over that, and I started to learn from her. She taught me a lot of the things which she had been working on, and I even got in touch with some of the professors she was working in the B school. And that's how I had my first take on data science. So by the time I graduated high school, I knew that I wanted to get into computer science and data science. Back then, data science was not mainstream. It was still data analytics, and data science was not a mainstream. So I took computer science as my bachelor's degree, and I started my undergraduate studies in Vellore Institute of Technology. And there I did connect to a lot of professors, and I started working on them in their researches. They had collaborations with different industries in India, and that's how I started working on real world problems. So the way it happened is that I was just very lucky that all these opportunities came in my way, and I was able to work on real world problems rather than reading or getting into too much theory. So as and when I was presented with this real world problem, it intrigued me, encouraged me to learn more about the theoretical aspects and of machine learning and data science. But it was majorly because of these industrial opportunities, and it's very important, and I can't really emphasize on it enough that how important it is for you to get industrial experience. And that's something which motivated me to have an internship every semester. So I kept on doing multiple internships throughout my undergraduate studies, and by the end of my undergraduate studies I had around 8 to 9 internships in different fields, in different use cases. So that gave me a lot of exposure. I could work on research papers. So I did have a lot of experience right through my undergraduate studies. So that's when I knew that, okay, like this is the right path for me. Not only am I like good at it in terms of skills, but this is something which really intrigues me, interests me. It keeps me awake like every day. It keeps me motivated, right? So that's when I thought like, okay, this is something I can follow for my career. And I started looking for a master's degree in United States. And yep, and then like after I finished my masters, I joined IBM. And small world, like what started intriguing me about data science was IBM SPSS, and look where I am today, like IBM. So it was like one full circle. So yeah, that's my journey in data science.
Yeah, that's a really inspiring story. Thank you. So, as women tech makers, our aim is to encourage women in the fields of like STEM fields, in STEM fields. So, what are your comments on the gender gap in the STEM fields? And did you face any challenges throughout your career because of your gender?
To be honest, I have an opposite opinion on this, because I feel like I'm very privileged to be a woman in this field. And there was a time when, women were considered not as great in STEM fields. But with all the women in tech initiatives, women in data science, women in AI initiatives, things have changed a lot. And the team I am working with, there are more women than men. So it's a proof itself which says that we have gone a long way. And I do not feel that way right now. I do not feel that I am underprivileged. I feel like I am overprivileged. I feel I am getting a lot of opportunities. I feel like when people like listen to me, they hear me out. And I can speak for myself. I can speak whatever comes to my head, and I never feel like, hey, are they like discriminating if I'm a woman? I have never felt that. So I feel like whatever initiatives women have been working on together, kudos, great job. You have changed the world.
Okay, it's great to hear that actually. So I think there are many undergraduate students who are watching right now or will be watching this. So, and they are probably interested in data science. So my next question is, what are your comments on data science being the most promising job of the century? And what's the most optimal path to take to excel at data science?
So in a broader view, I am not going to say that data science is the only promising field of the in the century. There are a lot of different things happening around the world. There are amazing like innovations in health. There are amazing innovations in finance. So it depends more on what you like to do. And I really wish that people do not just follow data science because they feel it's the most sexiest job, if they feel it's most paid. It is nothing like that. And I really want people to follow data science if they are passionate about it, not just follow it because it's a rat race. And this is something I've started feeling like recently, because I feel like data science is becoming more and more saturated, because everyone thinks that data science is the next big thing and everyone is running behind that. And in this hustle, I feel somewhere people are losing the conscience that they need to be both skilled and interested to be really successful, or like really promising in a certain field of career, right? So instead of like running behind a rat race that data science is the next big thing, focus on what interests you more, focus on what are your abilities, and then choose data science if it fits both the categories. And data science definitely is a big thing going ahead, because all the companies are digitized. And now even the more with like a coronavirus situation, everything has become transformed into a digital means. So that means all the data is captured in digital form. All the data is available to the companies and the organizations to use. And there's so much information in this data that is unimaginable. And even a lot of the companies themselves have not completely exploited data in the best ways. So people are still researching on that, on different ways they can leverage data. Right now there are only certain means that they have exploded in, and I feel like there's a huge scope. And I envision data science as a way that like electricity has become for us today. So I feel like it'll be that engaged in every industry in all of our lives.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good to hear. Before moving on with Q&A, I think I have another question for you. As you mentioned, we are at a quarantine mode. So I think the undergraduate students would wonder what should they do at this mood to excel at data science? Like, do you recommend any courses or perhaps any sites to learn data science? Like
Absolutely.
Kaggle?
One of my favorites is Machine Learning Yearning by Andrew Ng, and there are a lot of resources Andrew Ng has like open sourced, so it's free for everyone to access, and there's like tons and tons of information available online, right from like blogs and articles and ebooks and online courses. There's like plenty of resources available, so that's not one of the things which should be a roadblocker for anyone to upskill. And I usually encourage people to upskill, as even if they are in like a full-time job working, keep upskilling yourself. Learning is not just a process you do in school, it is an ongoing process. You should keep learning new things, keep up with the technology, keep up with the innovations happening in your field. And one of the things which I would recommend is, once you are having enough grasp on the practical aspects of the concepts which you're trying to learn, do give it a try on like hands-on practical solutions. So through Kaggle, or you can look up other datathons or hackathons available near your place and participate in those things. Have a practical understanding on and hands-on experience with the things you're learning. And it's really great to maintain a GitHub repository. That way you can also like document all the things which you worked on. You can refer to the other people who have been doing work in the similar space. So it's a good practice to have both practical and like theoretical understanding in the concepts you're looking to learn.
Okay, I think we'll do that. Um, do we have any questions right now? If not, I can I can ask another one. Um, I guess not now. Okay, I think I should also ask this. Since you're in the field, what programming language is most used?
According to my experience, Python is something I have used the most. But there have been situations when certain organizations have been functioning with R, or like Go in Google, etc. So it depends a lot on which organization you're working with. But if it comes to mostly open source, it would be Python, in my understanding.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have a question. Do you think it's a must to have a master's degree to get in companies as big as IBM?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right now, the companies are moving towards, like not encouraging or like not requiring people to have degrees. And IBM has this new program which is collaborating with BTech, and we hire apprentices who might not even have a bachelor's degree, and we train them for about like 6 to 8 months on an apprentice's role, which is similar to an internship, but it requires like it includes a lot of teaching coming from IBM in collaboration with BTech. So that's how we are, getting new talent, nurturing them with like data science skills, and then we would hire them as full time. So it's absolutely not required for you to have a master's degree to get into IBM.
Okay. Any others? Okay. So, in your experience, does being a woman in your profession come with extra mental challenges that you have to overcome? For instance, doubting your own ability.
I think that's like a imposter syndrome which everyone feels at some point. It has nothing to do with like being woman. With respect to like talking about like doubting your abilities, it definitely happens to everyone at some given point in time, when you see everyone around you is like more experienced, is getting like really high promotions or like doing great things. You feel like, hey, am I not good enough? That's something which everyone faces at any given point in time. But I would say, like, hang in there, just believe in yourself, you can do it. Each and every of us have the ability, and it's only through our own motivation and our own confidence that we can build like the dreamland which we are always imagining for. So just trust in yourself, trust in the gut, and just keep working for it.
Okay. So we have another question. How do we think like a data scientist?
That's a very interesting question. So, how do we think like a data scientist? Data scientists only think with numbers. We back every fact, every inference with numbers, and so whenever we like come up with assumptions, or whenever we come up with like decisions coming out of our models, we always see if we have enough proofs, if we have enough support and evidences in form of data to classify this as a correct stance.
Okay, can I add something about this?
Yeah, sure.
Do you believe that data science is actually a really interdisciplinary field? Because you have to know some,
It is
yeah, some,
absolutely, yes, an interdisciplinary field. It When I started with my computer science bachelor's, I used to feel like data science is very much inclusive of computer science, and it's more about computer science. But it is with my experience in IBM that I've realized data science is something which is required in every industry, every single industry. I have worked with health clients, I have worked with retail clients, I have worked with industrial clients, with finance. It is required everywhere, because every organization wants to make data driven decisions, and for that they need data scientists.
okay. So next question. What are the key skills to learn data science, and what tools do you use?
So the key skills, I think I would classify data science as like with three main aspects. It's mathematics and statistics, which makes you understand how the machine learning models or like data science models are running on the background. You need to definitely know that. Then there is a whole computer science or programming aspect to it, where you need to implement these models, and you need to have a computer science acumen for it, because when you're trying to build algorithms, you need to understand the optimization aspect of it. And the third main important factor of data science is the field where you want to apply it. You need to have a good business understanding on whichever use case you're trying to solve. If you're picking out a financial use case and solve it using data science, you should know how a finance works, how the financial industry is functioning, what are their challenges, what are their roadblocks, how can your data science use case help them grow their business. So it's a major component of mathematics, computer science, and the industrial experience.
Okay, next question. Oh, what will be the most striking skill in our resume when we are grad or when we apply for data science jobs?
It is industrial experience. It is real world problems which you have solved. That's one of the most striking skill everyone wants to see. People want to see, have you applied data science into different fields, and what is the business value you have created.
Okay, so experience is really important.
Absolutely. And with experience, you need to be knowing that what is the business value that you delivered. What is, like, did you profit the organization? Did you reduce the amount of time they were spending on some process? So what business values attached to that experience is also really important.
Okay. So what was your passion and excitement about data science that led you choose this profession? I think we somehow discussed it at the beginning, but if you want to restate.
Yeah, sure. So one of the things which I realized when I thought that I'm really passionate about data science. It wasn't just that I was good at it. I realized that I was passionate about it because when people used to talk about any certain situation, let's say somebody's talking about Black Friday sale, things which would come to my head is like, hey, is there a way I can get the data of the people who are buying, and is there a way that I can use that data to predict something about the future, like future requirements or the future buying patterns of the users. So it just happens to me that whenever people are talking about any certain use case, my brain automatically goes in finding that what would be the relevant data, where can I find it, and what model can I build to like create a change. So that's how I know like I'm passionate about data science, because I keep talking about that even when I'm like not working. So even on my weekends when I'm chilling with my friends, I keep talking about data science problems and like how I can use data to solve different things. So yeah, that's how you know like you're passionate about it.
Okay, we have another one. Did you do any specific preparation before entering the job interviews? What kind of questions should we expect?
So that's a very subjective question, because it depends on which industry you're getting into. If you have a background in computer science, then I can answer that in based on like my experiences. But it depends a lot on which industry are you trying to enter. If you're trying to enter a tech industry with a data science role, you would be expected to know more about like coding, machine learning algorithms, or like data science algorithms. But if you're going into, let's say, a financial industry as a data scientist, then you are supposed to know the building blocks of finance. You're supposed to have the acumen of understanding how their business is working, and you should be able to, programmatically implement the things which they expect you to. So it does depend on a lot of factors on where you're trying to apply. Again, circling back to something I already mentioned, that data science is three components: mathematics and statistics. So make sure that you're strong in that. Programming skills in computer science, make sure you're strong in that. And the third is the industrial acumen. So that depends on which industry are you applying to. So you should be satisfying all these three criteria for you to be a good data scientist.
Okay. What do you love most about being a data scientist?
I can prove things by numbers. Like that's the best thing. Like I can prove things. I don't have to, sit and make hypotheses around anything. I don't have to make assumptions. I can, if I think that something is right, I can collect the relevant data. I can prove that it's correct, or I can even like learn that whatever I was thinking was probably not correct.
So it's math again.
It is math.
Yeah. Okay. I think if we take online courses, for example, on machine learning, uh, certificates, like I think the question is, will it be important to be accepted by jobs? Like, are these certificates important
It isn't.
for job
I
applications?
really don't think like we are still in the era where certificates or degrees are one of the major concerns for you to get into the industry. What matters is, do you have the right skills? So even if you are having hundreds and hundreds of machine learning certificates, but you're not able to solve a machine learning problem, they're not going to hire you. So focus on like developing your skills. Focus on solving real world problems, rather than like depending on these like paper proofs which says that, hey, you know this.
Okay, so I think Google has some certificate programs. If you also read
It is
about those.
majorly for learning. Like certifications is available. It's majorly for learning. It is not a requirement for any of the jobs. Nobody is going to say that you are required to have these certificates to get a job.
Yeah, but is it a plus? I mean,
It is a plus. It is definitely a plus, which shows that you have like solved these problems. You have gained these experiences and these skills. But along with that being sitting in your resume, it is very important that you're able to prove that to the interviewer. You're able to show your skills to the interviewer. They would be testing you on different machine learning aspects of it. So it's very important that you're able to prove it to the interviewer that you are really skillful at it.
okay. So I think we can conclude by this one last question that I have. Like, can you talk a little bit about your job at IBM? Like, what do you do? What should we expect? Yeah.
I am working the data science elite team in IBM, and our team is very newly formed. It's around like 3 years old, and the main reason we came into place was that we wanted to see how well are we able to get innovations and state of the art models in machine learning and AI into production. So we work closely with clients with different industries, and we try to find the best use case for them, and we implement the state of the art models in machine learning and whatever work IBM research has done, and we try to incorporate and infuse these technologies into their workflow. So the main purpose of us is that we want AI to be adopted in different industries, and that's why we are here. We work with the clients, and we work as a team with the clients. We are not delivering anything for them. We don't work independently as a data science elite team and like send them any assets. We work with them as a team. So we are good in data science skills. They are amazing in their business. So we collaborate and create a AI solution which can improve their business.
Okay, that's actually really exciting. I don't know. I think you learn a lot from these business, right? Because you
I
collaborate with
did.
different.
I did. To be honest,
Yeah.
like last year, 2019, even did get an opportunity to come to Istanbul in Turkey, and it was an amazing experience. I have gotten a lot of chance to travel across the world, working with different clients in different industries, and working in data science elite team has been a great experience. This was my first job in IBM, and I think like this is the best experience I could have ever got in the field of data science.
Wow, that's great. We have one last question. So, what advice would you give to a fresh graduate who wants to pursue a career as a data scientist?
I would definitely encourage them to like learn more, connect with the right people, connect with the people who are working in the industry that interests you the most. As I mentioned, data science is an interdisciplinary field. There are multiple organizations, multiple industries that use data science. Try to figure out like what industry interests you the most, connect with the right people, find a mentor for you, and work with them on realizing what job role or like what responsibilities or what sort of a data science role are you interested in. Is it like more of a researcher, or is it like more of a applied machine learning person? And then move forward with like choosing and shortlisting a small bunch of companies in which you wish to apply. Don't just apply to hundreds and 200s of different companies. Just be focused on which industry do you want to work in, what is the role that interests you the most, find a mentor, and then apply to that particular company for that role.
Okay, I think that's it. I know that you have a meeting with your clients, so um, on behalf of my team and everyone who's watching you, I would like to thank you for this
Thank you so much.
inspiring talk.
Thank you so much. It was great talking to you.
Okay, then see you around LinkedIn, I guess.
See you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye bye.